This soothing yoga class is designed to connect you with your body and harmonize the connection between your mind and your body. We'll be practicing poses that help reset your nervous system and increase communication between the left and right sides of your brain. To begin, come to a cross-legged seat. If you want to sit up on a cushion or pillow in your home to make you more comfortable, that's welcome. Otherwise, you can sit on the floor. If it feels safe, close the eyes, and taking your hands up towards your hips, just begin to stroke down your thighs towards your knees. And as you exhale, draw your hands back towards your hips. Slowing down your inhale, stroking down the thigh, elongating your exhale as your hands glide back up towards your waist. And one of the best ways to connect with yourself is through the simple act of touch. Observing your body and your breath, holding the knees now. Inhale, rock forward on your sits bones. So sending your heart forward and your shoulders back, arching the spine. Exhale, round. Look in at your navel, rock back on the sits bones, and gaze in at your chest. Breathing in, rocking forward, allowing this movement to be slow, soothing. You want to keep exploring the surface of your thighs with your hands, linking breath and movement and this element of touch. Not only helps you drop inward, but soothes your nervous system. Maybe for the first time today, noticing that you have a physical body, that you're more than just your brain. Holding the knees now, let's make some circles with the spine. So inhale, rocking forward, making a half circle. Exhale, rocking back, completing the circle, rounding back on the sits bones. Think of your heart as a flashlight shining over each knee and the floor in front of you. In the Kundalini tradition, this is called Sufi grind, this movement. And before you switch directions, just trace up each arm, having the arms clasp opposite shoulders in this butterfly hug. Change directions if it feels good. Closing the eyes if you can. Connecting in with yourself before we come to table pose, spiraling. Continuing to slow down the breath. Place the hands in front of you now, shoulders over wrists, hips over knees in an all-fours position. Finding a few cat, cow. So the same motion we did seated. The heart slides forward, maybe micro bend the elbows. Exhale. Look at your navel, lengthen your tailbone to the space between your knees. Slow down. If you're like me, most of your day is spent rushing around. And play with the length of your inhale being the exact timing of coming into this cow pose, taking the collarbones back, broadening across the chest, and the exact length of your exhale, sending your sitting bones towards the floor. Soothing and connecting with your body by slowing down the breath. And come to neutral. So spine parallel to the ceiling, extend the left leg behind you, and from the inner left thigh, engage your core and gently lift the left leg. Hold this, an option to just test lifting your right arm, or if it feels good and accessible, reaching the right arm forward. Inhale. Exhale, knee and elbow connect. Inhale. Exhale, elbow and knee connect. And if this is too much, just do this cat-cow with the leg. So option to move just the leg or the arm and the leg, syncing this with your own breath. Beautiful. Extend the leg. Take it gently to the floor. Press back into a child's pose, moment of rest. Maybe shifting the seat side to side, inhaling big into your low back. Exhaling fully before coming back up to the other side. A great way to go inward and self-connect is to do these kind of movements that stimulate both the left and right hemisphere of the brain, where we're kind of using opposite sides of the body. So extend the right leg back this time, lifting up from the inner thigh. You decide what you want today. If you want to test your balance, engage the core, see if you can keep the breath long and slow and deep, even as the situation changes and your body needs to recalibrate, holding or exhaling elbow to knee. 3 or 4 rounds on your own, as slow as you can. Always option to keep both hands on the ground. Any wrist pain, come into fists. After your last one, reach, extend through both limbs or just the leg, and then exhale. Sit back on your heels, interlace your fingers, and roll the wrists. Just getting any tension out of the wrists. Little figure 8 motion. Placing your hands on the mat, fingers spread wide. Curl the toes under, your version of a downward facing dog. And this is one of my other favorite moves to just connect with the breath. Inhale, rock forward, shoulders over wrists into a plank. Exhale, seat high, downward facing dog. Pedal through the legs, take a recovery breath. Slowly in and out, and again, inhale, rock forward. Exhale back to downward facing dog. Imagine I'm pulling your hips up and back. 2 more, and if this is too much, come to child's pose. We'll all meet there in a moment. Or you can hold down dog, elongating the breath. Let's all gently place the knees on the mat for child's pose just for a moment. Again, wiggle side to side, move the hips side to side. And inhale, slither forward so you're face down on your mat. Most of the day, we're connecting with other people. We're living in the front of our body. So one of the best ways to connect inward is to actually connect with the back plane of the body, which is also part of the body that needs a lot of strength and support. It's often weaker than other areas. For this exercise, just take your hands to your low back best you can. And we're going to do that same opposite arm and leg movement that we practiced earlier. So on your next inhale, lift just the left leg and let your right arm slide forward. This is harder than it looks. And then exhale, lower both those limbs down. You can take your right cheek to the mat. And now inhale, come up. Right leg and left arm, reach. Feeling those low back muscles turn on. Exhale, left cheek to the mat. 2 or 3 more. Alternating side to side. If this is too much, just do the legs, keeping the forehead pressed into the mat, or just do the arms. This is so good for the brain. Thinking about linking the movements to your unique breath cadence. However many you've done, place your forehead to the mat, rest now, bend the knees, windshield wiper the legs from side to side, releasing the low back. Your choice to press back into child's pose, downward facing dog if that feels like it would stretch the back body, or maybe you want to take just a couple cat-cow. Part of connecting inward with yourself is noticing what would feel good, which choice would feel nourishing for your body, and going with that gut instinct. Do you want to rest? Do you want to hold down dog? Do you want to ripple through the spine? We'll all meet seated. Two choices: right shin in front of left, easy seat, or if you've been practicing yoga a long time, feel free to take Gomukhasana legs, where you stack the knees with the right knee on top. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, cactus the arms back. Inhale, open the chest a little bit more. Exhale, slide the right elbow underneath the left in eagle arms. If this doesn't feel good in your body, just hold the shoulder blades or attempt to hold the shoulder blades, giving yourself this nice hug. Think of lifting the elbows up, drawing the shoulder blades down and back, and sending your hands away from your face. Breathe into your shoulders and your back. Maybe you want to take some circles with the elbows, massaging some of those juicy spots in the shoulders. One way and then the other. Inhale, lift the elbows up. Exhale, fold forward for a hip stretch. You can keep the eagle arms for a moment or two if it feels good, and sway side to side. When you're ready, allow the arms to unravel, folding, rocking the torso side to side. Ideally, you're feeling a stretch in the outer right hip. Walk yourself back up, switching legs so the left shin is in front, or if you did Gomukhasana, so the left knee is on top. Inhale, big breath in. Exhale, cactus the arms back. Inhale into your heart center, broadening across the chest. Exhale, left elbow under right this time, either giving yourself that hug or interlacing the forearms, pressing the palms into one another. So feel relaxation in the lower body, a little bit of tension as the palms press, lift the elbows, send the hands away from your face, draw the shoulder blades down and back, and send your breath into your upper back. Maybe taking the elbows in some circles. Feeling one way and then the other. I like to dip my chin into my chest a little bit here. And then inhale, lift the elbows up. Exhale, fold forward, keeping
the eagle wrap, swaying side to side, or allowing the hands to come to the floor when you're ready, rocking side to side, feeling that stretch in the outer left hip, sending your breath into your low back, widening your low back with your breath, exhaling fully. Head is the last thing to come up as you walk yourself up to a seat. Gently lie down using your elbows to support you in constructive rest, feet as wide as your mat, knees into touch. Press into the soles of your feet, lift your tailbone up, lengthen it towards the bottom of the mat. Place your left hand on your heart, your right hand on your belly, and let your knees drop into touch. Observe the quality of your breath. Notice if your mind and body feel more synchronized, calmer. Lie here and rest for as long as you possibly can. Once you're up and around later, I'd love to know how this practice felt for you. Leave me a comment down below. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and practice with me again soon. I'm linking a yoga to connect with nature and the universe class here that you might really enjoy doing next.